Hi guys, here we are again, Project Pan update. I will do it again in the way I do my makeup, so hopefully I don't forget anything, although I still sometimes do. It's always a bit wild when I do it because I just take it all off my makeup bag and just dump it on my desk. So first things first, base. I use at the moment the Artless Glow Blaze from Heimish. I guess that's the brand name. It's a Korean brand actually, SPF 50, which is great for the warmer weather when the sun is out, especially here in the UK. Then last time we were here, now we are down here. I use it, I think, nearly on a daily basis. I might have not used it for 3-4 days this month when I maybe not have worn makeup and then just put my normal sunscreen on, which I have downstairs. But this one is the one I use under makeup and I really enjoy it. It's actually really nice. It has like a bit of a focus. It's a bit glowy. I don't use, there you go. And when you spread it out, it has definitely it is called a glow base. It definitely has a bit of shimmer, maybe slight white cast because of the sunscreen in there, but I think the shimmer takes a bit away from that. I really enjoy it actually. So yeah, there we go. After that, I use foundation, and there we have an empty. This is the Clinique foundation. It actually lasted me quite well. 1, 2, 3, 4 months actually. Well, nearly 4 months. It stopped a month, no, not a month, a week ago. Although when I started it, I used it already a couple of times. So I think it would have lasted me really good 4 months. It doesn't look empty, but trust me, it is empty. It's just so full coverage in my opinion. It just doesn't go away. I could probably unscrew and scrape the sides or whatever, but I don't want to. And there we go. I really like this one actually. It's quite full coverage though. It's really good when you have like not so good skin days and you want to cover up a bit more, which is I think also why it lasted quite well for me, because it's just such a full coverage foundation for what I usually like, which is why my concealer didn't have much usage when this one was basically like my main foundation. But it's empty now, it's finished, and we will put in a bin. Well, put in my empties actually. I will add in the L'Oreal True Match Nude. This is the Focus Plumping Tinted Serum. It's a fairly new one for me. I started to use it a week ago. I think when it was full, it was literally up here, and it's already down here after a week, which is quite interesting to me. It's not full coverage though, like the Clinique was, so I guess I just use a little bit more of it. The reason why I really want to tackle this one, because even though it's a fairly new one and I should probably use an older one first, but this is such a good match for me at the moment. It just looks nice, and that's what I'm all about. I just don't want to use it when it's maybe not such a good match, like end of summer, and my skin might be a bit darker and it might be not as good of a match. I'd rather use it now when it's a really good match and I actually really enjoy using it. I actually really like it. So this one is really nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. So it's with hyaluronic acid. It's the, which shade is it? It's very light. It just says very light basically. There we go. Then concealer. Because I have now a very light coverage foundation, I feel like concealer might get a bit more usage out of it. So this is where we were last month. This was the usage only when I had still full coverage, and mind you, this is a usage maybe 2 weeks, not a full month. So let's see. But yeah, we are down here now. I marked it with a little bit of eyeshadow. This is like a Clinique copy basically, but it's Alti Lacura. I really like this one. This is the brightening concealer. It just is a nice concealer. Good coverage, and I like it. I have backups of that one as well. After that, I use setting powder, and this one I found an interesting way to actually measure it. It's quite a pretty packaging. I don't want to measure by scale. I'm too lazy for that. I took the puff out. This is from Flower Nose. This is the 01 translucent circus powder. I know here on YouTube, Tara Babies, she really likes this one. I really like it. I wouldn't say it's the most favorite ever powder, but that's maybe because I'm just not a complete loose powder girl person. It looks a bit funny because I literally did this earlier to mark it, because that's my measuring method now. I basically mark it on the inside. So I put the powder flat on the table, smack it down a few times, and this is where we started on the month, and now we are down here. So I would say we're roughly here. I don't know how thick. Actually, I can push it a bit aside. So there's loads of powder left if you look at it. That will last me at least 2, maybe 3 more months. But I like it. Again, not my all-time favorite powder, but it's quite a nice powder. You just have to be careful with that one that you don't use too much, because I feel like it can be a bit drying, and that's the problem with loose powders, because if you have certain brushes that just pick up a lot, you just need to be a bit careful, and the packaging is super cute. I think that's actually metal outside of the plastic, like a metal covering, so really cute. After powder, I use bronzer. Where do you have bronzer? Here we have the bronzer. This is the Ted Baker bronzer in Sunrise. I don't think that exists still, their makeup range. I feel like it is, I can see usage. I mean, I'm using it nearly every single day. It's just quite good pigmentation. There you go. A bit orangey, actually, if I look at it in the camera. I don't use much bronzer, but I do use it. And the middle, again, I mentioned it before, the middle seems to wear off a bit quicker. This is the shimmery bit. I think the non-shimmery bits are just a bit harder pressed, the way the powder is. But yeah, I can see usage. I can definitely see it wearing down. But let's see how that one goes. I will continue using it. After bronzer, I use blush, which is the Prism Air blush from Clio in the shade Muted Pink 01. I really like this one. It looked actually really, really pretty when it was still fresh. Now, like, I feel like it was like it's like a baked gelée formula, and there was like a really nice wave design. This one looks slightly, because it's baked gelée, maybe I can see like slight, you know, like the holes, maybe the grit. I don't know yet. I definitely didn't hit pan yet, but I do like this blush and I will continue using it. Definitely, if I look at it, such good usage on this blush, because considering we're nearly halfway through the year, like, you can see how high it was here on the edges, and it's really dipping low now in the middle. I think this blush will literally last me probably like until the end of the year. It's really nice, by the way. There we go. That's the blush. After blush, I use highlighter, which I also really like. This is the Givenchy one, the Haute Couture Shimmer Powder in 01 Shimmery Pink. There we are. Again, my brush is just not so big, so you can actually see here still how it looked like. Really nice. Also baked gelée formula. It just looks lovely. Let me actually swatch this one too, next to the blush. There we go. Like, really nice, not too much in your face, and when you blend it out, it just looks lovely. Then after blush, what do I do after blush? Oh, then I use a bit of, actually, I use the face spray before I do eyeshadow, so it sticks a bit better. I used the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. That was full. We're literally halfway done with this one. Saying that, it's quite a small bottle. It's only 40 ml, so I'm not too surprised. I love, love, love the mister on this one. The spray itself, I don't know if I see any difference, but I use it. Now, after face spray, I use eyeshadow, and I used the Dior one a couple of times, but not much, so there's not much difference. Still, this shade, I think, gets quite good wear. And then I used mainly this one, and to be honest, if you've seen it yet, already, my Oden's Eye, I just love the Oden's Eye palette, so I used them quite a bit, but I then went back actually this way to use more my Project Pan again, and I hit pan in this shade now. This is like from LOV Cosmetics. This one was like Chameleon highlighter from Topshop, which doesn't exist anymore. I think this was like a mix of H&M, and this was like a H&M eyeshadows, by the way, and this one, and a bit of Topshop on top, and this one was like one of the Colourpop Super Shock shadows, which repressed really badly, so I don't recommend this. So I actually only use, you know what, I mainly use these ones, because this, the top of that is the same as this. Underneath is some other gold. At the back, you can see it on the rim, actually, some H&M eyeshadow. But yeah, I really like these. Actually, let me swatch them. They're just nice. There we go. I just like them. There we go. After eyeshadow, I do use eyeliner, and there's one, actually I put it over here, one eyeliner, which was already, the black eyeliner was basically done, and then I only used this side, which is like was like a lower lash line liner. It's from Estee Lauder, like the Illuminate, what is it called, 04 cream. I can't sharpen this one anymore. I tried to sharpen it, I just can't sharpen it anymore, because it's too short and stubby now to sharpen, which is slightly annoying. But basically, this is a declutter, which is why it's up here in the box, actually. This is why I put the declutter stuff. I used this one mainly, which I added last month, and I actually have a good comparison on how much we used, because look, this is the other same one I have, and I sharpened this one 3-4 times this month. It seems to wear quite down quickly though, these gel ones. I like it though. And then I used a lot actually also this month. I use it usually as a topper on the black one. The Chroma Zone liner. This is Chroma. This is a multi-chrome from, is it called Chiclam? Yeah, the brand is called Chiclam. I don't think they're ethical very good, so I'm not sure if I'll buy from them again. Someone said that to me. This one I really like. Look at this. That's just really nice. I actually started to measure this one. Last month we were here, I literally just made a mark on it because it goes up. when you basically have to push it out. But yeah, really good progress on this one. I have 2 more of these, one even in a very similar color and one like a bluish color. But there we go, that's a progress on the eyeliners. Then I do this one I didn't use at all, by the way. This one was from Flower Nose. This is like the brown one, which I still leave in the project in case I have a day where I don't want black. So that's it. Then I do my eyebrows. This one is hard to measure. This is from Fluorescence. And we're here now. I feel like this one is not moving at all. I actually found, where did I put the full size of that one? I had somewhere a full size of that one. Oh, here it is, to show you, because this is once you take it out or finished it, you can actually take it out. It's a cartridge and I can refill, which is a bit annoying. I usually like refills, but the lid hardly stays on. And I tried with which is why I have it out, with the new cartridge to put that in, see if the lid lasts a bit better, but it doesn't. So the issue is on Pencil SF. This is how it was full size. And we're literally nearly 1.5 years in on using that one. That's how less I do my eyebrows, because I literally just, actually, before I break it off, let me pull them back again. I'm not sure if once that is finished, if I immediately start using the refill, but then I probably should because it's getting old. I literally go into my eyebrows and just do this a little bit. Well, not like that, but you know. And that's it. And then I go on the other side where they have a brush and I just brush it through, which is why I probably don't have much usage. Then after I did this, I do eyelashes, and this one was the old mascara, the Iconic London, that just got so dry, so annoying. So I chucked it out and I started to use this one. This is the Fan Fest from Benefit, and I started using it a week ago. Basically, when my foundation was empty, I thought, oh, let me also switch out the mascara. And I do not like this one. Let's see how long I can persevere with this one. Can you see the brush on this one? It's like really, oh gosh, focus. There we go. It's a super thick and chunky brush. If it would go a little bit thinner towards the end, it would be easier to apply. I usually like a curved brush because it's so thick at the end, you basically deposit a lot in your inner corner of the eye, which is a bit annoying. So you have to be careful that you don't get it on your skin. And I find overall it's a bit clumpy. So, and that's not too old, that mascara. I think it was one of the Christmas advent calendars. So I added it in now. I see how long I go with it, and I will just continue using it for now. It's not awful, but I don't like it. After mascara, I use lip liner. I sharpened them twice this month. This one is the one I really love the color, but it's a bit dry. And this one is the one I really love the formula. It's so creamy and soft, but I don't like the color. So usually when I use the one I don't like the color, I just line my lips and put quite opaque lipstick on top. And the one where I use the color, I use lip balms. So yeah, but I sharpened them roughly 3 times this month, so they are going down. It's the only lip liners I have, I think. I don't think I have any other lip liners. Yeah, lipsticks. Now, I have one empty, which is this one. This is the Lifter Glossy Hyaluronic Acid from Maybelline. I actually really like this one. I just can't get anything out anymore now on the bottom. So as you can see, I try to scrape on the inside. It looks like there is something in there, but when you try to get it out, there's actually not much. Even not much. I literally scraped on my lips the other day. I feel like because I have it now sitting for a few days, maybe a slight bit settled again on the bottom, but that's decluttered for me. That's finished. This was the lipstick. I didn't mention it a lot because I always forget about this one because it's always hanging around in some handbag. It's actually going down quite a bit, as you can see. So this is the Estee Lauder 210 Impulsive. It's one of their Pure Color Envy lipsticks. I really like this formula, but I also feel like it's getting old, which is why I need to hurry up using it. And then the other one I haven't mentioned in months because it always disappears. It's basically a lip balm. This is the Pure Color Envy Color Replenish Lip Balm. Look how low we are. This is literally all that's left. So I had it in the handbags flying around. I had it in my project pan before, then I didn't find it for a few months, then I found it again. But it's the lip balm I try to focus on, but it's a bit hard. Now, I have these 2 in project pan still. I try to actually every now and then branch out to other lip products. I don't mind. But I will also add another one. This one I really like. It's from La Croix de Gloss Boss. I think it's meant to be a copy of a Fenty one. And I used it a couple of times. And similar to this one, I feel like they go down quite quickly. So we are already here. So I thought, you know what? Let me put it in Project Pan and see how quickly I can finish one of them. I have another one of these, so I don't mind actually finishing it. I really like it. But again, that's my mantra now. If I really like products, I should actually use them. Because otherwise, by the time I get to use them, because I always think, oh, they're too nice to use, they might not be good anymore. I should enjoy what I use. So I'm adding this one in. Oh yeah, this one goes in recycling. Now, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, at the end, the touch-up spray one I use in the middle of my makeup routine now, not really as a finishing spray, but before that I had the Milk Hydro spray, Hydro Grip Set and Refresh. I use this as a finishing spray, but that's finished now. It's completely empty, so that's decluttered. I don't use any other spray because I use the toucher in between, and that's enough. And then at the very end of my routine, I use perfumes. These two are empty. This one was Velvet Amber from Marks & Spencer's, and this one was I don't know what from DS and Durga. I like them. I mean, the Durga one was nearly empty already last time, and I don't know if I finished this last month and just forgot to mention it. This one was fairly quickly finished this month. I don't mind it. It was quite nice, but it's not like something I have to run out and really get. Firstly, it's really expensive, but I'm not even like, I don't even need a tube of that. And it was nice to use, but I feel like with scents, I like to change them up. Same with this one. Funnily enough though, this one, I quite like. It wasn't good, but I preferred it actually when I layered it with others. So I wouldn't run out for this one either. Now, Florist Street, I only added in last month, and I'm already down there. Here, I marked it here, because I think this one was already finished. I might have forgot to mention it. This one was finished after a week completely, and I used it as layering with this one, so I focused on this one for the rest of the month, and it's nearly done now, which is why I will add another one now. And because it's really warm now outside, I will enter a body spray type of one, because I can reapply it during the day, so hopefully I can make good progress with this one. This is also from Marks & Spencer's, the Discover range. This is the pink pepper one, where I also have the Parfum. I think this is this is a body mist basically. Was the other one Eau de Toilette? I don't know. But I have also the little glass bottle of this one, which smells a bit more intense than this one. And we're up here. I used it a couple of times, but didn't really fully focus on that one. So I think once the Florist Street one is done, or maybe even layered, I actually quite like this one, the Vanilla Orchid one. But I will focus really on this one as well. So there we go. And that's it. That's it for me today. So actually, I'm really, if I collect all my, all my empties in my little box here, that's actually quite a lot, which makes me quite happy, because it meant I'm going to use other products. Actually, here, this one as well, this pencil. So I will chuck them now into, or actually I chuck them next to my empties box. I can film the empties video, and I will tidy this back up into my makeup bag. But yeah, see you next time. Bye.